Hi, y'all. Hey, everybody. Excuse the noise in the background. Excuse the noise in the background. And so, like, right now, I'm trying to see if I am fuzzy because every time I've been going live lately, it's been fuzzy. And I just want to make sure that it's not. Hi, all. Happy Sunday. I'm coming on real quick with just a little brief overview of a bag that I recently purchased via Poshmark. And so I just want to share that little experience. And I also want to share my bag of the day. Now, I love a satchel. I love the Carter satchel. And this happens to be the Carter satchel in Saffiano in the color Ecru. Love, love, love this. And now that I think about it, shout out to Dazzle Me 77. I just be forgetting everybody's names. Shonda, yesterday she talked briefly about her Barlow that was in Florentine and Ecru, and just kind of talked about like that color and just how it stands out. And so today, just so happened for church, I pulled this out to wear, and I have grown fond of this bag, this color. Uh, I have a couple of other items in Ecru, and so yeah, this is the Carter. I love it. I love the fact that it doesn't have a zipper, but it does have this slot compartment in the front, nothing on the back wall. I am carrying light these days. I don't really like to pack down my bags. And so I just threw some stuff in here. I have a wallet, but the money is loose in here too. So I don't really have a lot. And plus, just going to church service, I don't need a lot that's packed in there. So I'm great with that. All right. So I decided a while ago, with after the purchase of this wonderful, lovely nylon satchel that I got. I believe it had to have been last spring. I think these went on sale once more. They brought this bag back, and I fell in love with this satchel simply because of the dome shape and the fact that it's a big bag. I mean, it packs a punch. It really does. There's no feet on the bottom, but it does pack a lot in this bag. And so I was just like, oh, I have to find another one because I really didn't want to get it in red. I really didn't want to get it in the tan color or the black. I know in the previous years they had it in these wonderful bright colors like the yellow, like the Kelly green, pink, hot pink. And I think a couple of other little colors. They may have had it in purple as well. And so I was on the hunt, on the secondhand market hunt for this bag, this size. I assumed that it had been available only in this size. So when I saw it on Poshmark, I was like, ooh, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. And before I go any further, I want to give a shout out um, to the seller, and that is if I can pull this up on my tablet because I utilize everything on my phone, and who knows, I probably can't. But the seller was really, really patient with me simply because I got so happy in seeing this particular bag in the color that I wanted that I just jumped the gun and just pushed in with the payment. And that was not the payment that I wanted to put it on. And so I ended up communicating with them and they helped me out. They counseled it. I was able to get everything situated. And so I appreciate their patience with me in this whole purchasing process. But I am so happy to have this bag in my life at the moment, but I'm not satisfied with what I had assumed was the same size. And I'll try to find that seller's name or what have you if I can. However, I ended up purchasing the same bag in the color yellow. Look how beautiful this. I just love the nylon yellow. I really truly do. I think I'm going through this yellow phase right now. I really am. And shout out to Anita's favorite, because she came out with a video a couple of weeks back where she showcased all of her yellow bags. And I said, oh, I need to go and pull out all my yellow bags, but I also need to continue to add. So when I saw this on Poshmark, I said, I have to have this bag and I'd be done with it. I would be done. So when I got it in the box, it was packaged very nicely. And I noticed, I said, this seems kind of small. And so y'all know, for me, drawstring Greta bag, if you did not see that video, go back and view it. When I first got the drawstring, I was disappointed. Hey Tess, hey Tess. One day I'm gonna call you. One day. I hope you are doing well, my friend. Um, and so when I got that Greta, I was just like, I was excited, and then when I got it in my hand, I was like not excited anymore. And so basically, this is what happened. I was excited with this particular silhouette, but I noticed it was not as big, did not seem as big. And so by the time I got home, I checked it out. It's not the same size. Look how humongous this bag is, this navy satchel is compared to this yellow one. Okay, so then I looked at the strap drop. The strap drop sucks on both of them, okay? But that doesn't matter, because as long as I can get it on and we're good. Well, I got it on over here and I'm not good. Look at that. It's too snug over here. It's too snug of a strap. But my brain is just like, I want a big bag. I do not want this. I guess you would call it like a medium, because it's not small and it's not medium. It's maybe on the medium side. So now, what do I do? What should I do? Well, I alerted my niece about it, and she's like, "Yeah, I want the bag." I'm like, "Ooh, but I wanted this bag in yellow." But I think it'd be great for her. She's starting high school, which I'm so proud of her, and just trying to keep her motivated. I also want her to have everything that she needs. And normally, I just buy her crossbodies. That's all I get her. That is it. She liked this yellow. She has nothing yellow. No, I don't even think she has any clothing that's yellow. But she's attracted to this bag and to this color. And so I think that this will be a nice little starter bag, and it's nylon. So she can't really damage it too well. I know ink stains, and I'm trying to teach her, keep everything in a pouch. Don't just have everything out willy-nilly. Make sure you pay attention to what you're doing. I know that if I give this over to her, it will be stained, because the seller that previously had this bag is pretty much in mint condition. With this, I just need to clean around here a little bit. That's fine, not anything big. But I love this bag. I just wanted it in a bigger size. I really do. So I don't know if when they came out with these, and another thing, I don't like trying to get some measuring tape out to figure out what size a bag is. I just don't do that. I have to have it in my hand. I got to play with it. And so now that I've done that, I'm just like, no, this is not it. This is not the size. Love it, love it, love it. Excited that I got this from the seller. I'm still trying to find out that seller's name. But I can't. Hopefully I will. This is crazy, because I obviously don't have the app on this tablet like I thought. Hold on a second, y'all. I hope that I do have it somewhere. I just didn't think before I started this to try to see if I had it on here or not. And no, I don't. I'm gonna go ahead, and my phone is currently in use elsewhere, so I can't get to it. And I was trying to go through my emails as well, because we did communicate several times while I was trying to get my payment situated. However, the inside of this bag, being that it is nylon and it is a dome satchel, take some of the stuffing out. It's the standard setup. It really is. It's the standard setup. Nothing, you know, extravagant about that. Only thing is this bag is wide. As I have always stated, when it comes down to these dome satchels, or even the satchel, I love the side profile of it being in a triangle. Because with the triangle, it gets bigger at the base of it, the bottom of it. And that's what I'm after. I'm after to see how much more room in the bag. Because in the front, you don't see that. You really don't see that. And you get a little bit of it in the bottom when you flip it over like that. But I love to see how much I can put in there. Does it really pack a punch as far as what I can put in this bag? For me, yeah, I could put plenty of little things in here. I really could. But I think it's gonna weigh me down a lot more, which will still be the same with this size bag too. But I'm not worried about that. I just wanted the bigger bag. I really truly did in this color because I was like, if I scored with this one, then I'm gonna shoot to find the Kelly green because I really do want this in the color. I don't know. I just like bright colors. It just makes me happy. So that's my dilemma right now. Should I give this bag to my niece? Or should I don't want to resell it. I really don't. I don't know whoever else is looking for this. I mean, does anybody have the nylon satchel? Do y'all have this? I know I'm not the only one. Because when I look for things like this on resale, I know people, I'm collecting my bags. Let me say that first and foremost. I collect my bags. So my intention is to keep all of my bags unless I decide to give them to my mom, give it to my cousin, something like that. I don't believe that I should resell a bag. I can give it to someone else that may appreciate the bag. I don't know. I feel like no, I'm not doing that because I at least want to pass on the experience of that without feeling like, oh, I got to get my money back. Because a lot of times people feel like I got to get my money, I got to get something back on whatever I invested in, and I'm like, no, you should come from a place of giving to others, and then you'll get blessed later on when you least expect it because you just have a giving heart. And so that's the way I feel like if I don't like a bag or whatever item it may be, I'm just gonna give it to somebody else. They probably appreciate it a lot more than I do. And I say that, and I probably should have recorded my cousin yesterday if she had felt comfortable enough. But my multi DB satchel or hobo that I initially purchased, I did not like the feel of that bag. I did not. I gifted it to her. When I tell you, that's the feeling. When I gave that to her, that's the feeling that I like to have when I get my bags. It's Christmas. Every day is Christmas when I get a brown box in the mail. And she was so excited and happy with that bag. It was just like she was ready to change out whatever bag she was in at that moment to put her and start to carry that. And so I was grateful for that experience, being able to witness her being appreciative of that. I didn't ask for anything in return. I didn't need anything other than just the joy and happiness from her. So that's how I feel. And right now, my niece is excited. She's just like, "You don't give me the bag. You don't give me the bag." I'll bring her in here. But she's waiting to see, and I'm thinking, why did I put that in her head? Why did I even say that? But I think this is a nice bag for her to kind of start to carry something a little bit bigger. I've gotten her a couple little knockoffs here and there, not dooney knockoffs. Don't get it twisted. Um, but I've given her just to see how she can be a little bit more responsible in carrying bags because it's something. Women, first and foremost, when we have a bag, that's something serious. That is something serious. That's why I love to watch WIMBs to see what we have in our bags. That is a serious thing. It really evokes our personalities. And it shows us whether we're kind of junky a little bit, because I can be, whether we're organized. I mean, you can really tell a lot with a person in their bags that they carry. And once upon a time, I did not have multiple bags that I carried. I would carry one bag until it just fell apart. And so now I've gotten to the point where in recent years where, oh, I got a selection like shoes. I got a selection so I can switch it up. And so I'm just trying to pass that on to my niece. She is a teenager. I want her to develop into a really sophisticated young woman. But we have to teach our girls what that looks like, because what we have on TV and all of this in the music, that's not a sophisticated woman. A, a sophisticated woman is not one that is insecure about themselves. They believe that what God has given them, that's what they need to, upkeep and stay abreast about. And I'm not gonna sit here and knock those that choose to do cosmetic surgery, but I really would encourage them not to. Just like I always tell my niece, if I want to change something on my body and I think that that's the route I need to go, we're gonna get up and exercise and eat right and do what we need to do. I'm not going under the knife for anything. Only I barely want to go and get a root canal. So I'm not doing all that extra stuff. That's not for me to have. That's not the way that God made my body. That's not what it's supposed to be. So all that other stuff to look like the celebrities and all of that, that ain't life for me. That's not it. And I don't want her to become fixated on it. So teaching her how to be a sophisticated woman, how to carry yourself. If you carry your bag, carry it with pride. Take care of it. That just don't lay it on the floor and say, "Well, I'm gonna be right back." Because I had to tell her, don't leave your bag on the floor. You're dirtying it up, and then the next thing somebody might take something. I experienced that my first dooney. I'm gonna tell y'all like this: my first dooney. I was in high school. It was my Sweet 16 bag. I was excited with it, but if I didn't have to carry it certain places in school, I wouldn't. Because the thing that my teacher would say is, I'm going to lock up the classroom and can't nobody get in here. I'm leaving my stuff in here too. And so we went to lunch one day. This was in my AP biology class. Never will forget it. Not gonna say the teacher name. If Tessica's still watching, she'll probably try to figure it out. But I took AP biology and I left my bag secured on my desk in my desk. When I came back, the door had been open and stuff it wasn't but like five of us in the class, but you could tell that somebody had been in here and had gone through our stuff. And so with that particular bag that I have, the Kelty all weather leather crossbody bag, it comes with a checkbook and it comes with its own coin purse. That was the first time I had a coin purse. Ask me where that coin purse is. I have not seen, and I think I barely even had that bag. Because that was like, I think that was my sophomore year. So yeah, that was start of my sophomore year. I barely had it was Miss Story. I barely had it for some months and I lost it. I have never found it. Somebody stole it. And then somebody probably stole it and thought it was a fake purse or whatever the case, because it had some change in it. Probably had $2 worth of change in that coin purse. But I learned a lesson. Don't just leave your purse anywhere. So I try to teach my niece that. And sometimes she's just like, "Well, I'm just gonna be back real quick. I'm just gonna let you watch it." I'm not paying attention to your purse, especially if you didn't let me know what was going on. Like, okay, no, we're not gonna practice that. So I get on a tangent about things. But that's what I'm up against. I just wanted to come in real close. Real close. Lord, I'm hungry, y'all. I'm trying to finish up this live. But I just wanted to come on real quick and talk about this big, nice bag. And I need another color. I don't want the black. And I don't know if they're still selling it. Because then in the next breath, I said to myself the other day, I probably should have gotten the black. Because every now and then, you just switch up my taste. Like, okay, well, I think I want to carry a black bag. I thought about that. I think I thought about that today, actually, because of the black in the background. Then I thought about it. I don't have, I think I have one black bag, and that's my hydrangea bag. So I didn't want to carry that because I wasn't trying to carry flowers today. And I have a black crossbody. My Western. So no, I don't want to carry that either. But if I had this bag, I probably would have carried it today. Nonetheless, I'm probably going to give my niece the yellow one. I think it'll be sweet for her. And she could put a couple of books, her organizer, get her pouch, all her little personal items. It'll be nice, a nice carry for her. I just want to instill the responsibility. Got to be responsible for your bags, ladies. And I hope you all are. I really truly do. I am so grateful that you all hopped on in to view this live. I hope that it's not fuzzy and all of that. I've been working. We've had some internet issues and things of that nature. So hopefully all of that'll be fine. But stay tuned for my next videos because what I plan on doing is showcasing my yellow collection. Anita's favorites, she inspired me. I challenge other people to do the same. You know, if you have an abundance, and I say an abundance, but if you have several bags, no matter the silhouette, and I'm talking about Dooney and Bourke, if you have those silhouettes in the same colors, showcase that, show us. Because one thing that I mentioned yesterday on Dazzle's live was that it's beautiful to see what the same color looks like in other materials. So if you have a Florentine crew bag, if you have it in Saffiano, if you have it in smooth leather, the Wexford, if you have it in Alto, um, if you have it in nylon, whatever the case is, it's a wonder to see how those colors either can be a lot vibrant or they can be kind of dull, but it's still a pretty color in whatever the material is. And so I really, really like this. So I'm going to try to pull some things out to see if I do have like the same color in multiple different materials. I like that. I really like it a lot because I do have a stickler of some certain colors that I really um, am motivated to purchase on a in whatever type of a basis it may be, because really is based on if I really like the color and if it's on sale. But I appreciate you all. So hopefully I'll be back soon on another live. I'm still dropping videos regarding my Las Vegas trip, which would have been almost would be rather almost a month ago. It's been a tedious task trying to edit and get all of this together. When you talk about somebody that's inexperienced but willing to figure it out, that's me because I don't know nothing. So I'm just trying to figure it out and get there. Hi, Letitia. Let me tell you, and I ain't about to leave in. I agree with you 1000%. I love pebble grain. I sat and was thinking, and I'll go back through my videos, and I'm like, I really purchased a lot of pebble grain. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my Navy Greta, and I have purchased plenty of that. But I think I have purchased more pebble grain um, as well. But I've picked up some more Saffiano. The first Saffiano that I purchased in 2020, which was the bubble gum zip zip, I was like, why have I been sleeping on this? I should have way more Saffiano than I do. And I think now I still probably have a handful of items, and that includes my accessories. Um, I don't know. I hope that I can add some more, but really right now, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. Very, very candid. And if y'all have noticed with my channel, you haven't seen how my bags are stored. I've shown my what I put them in, but how they're stored, where they're stored, I ain't about to show y'all that because I can't. I can't. They're not being abused. They are being handled with care. But I have one, two, maybe soon to be three different areas within the house where my bags are. And that's not the way I want it. So I'm working on this idea that I'm hoping will come to light in the next few months. And when it does, I'm going to be very excited to share that with you because it's going to be monumental for me. But I can't keep purchasing and I have nowhere to put them. because I'm not just gonna put my bags anywhere. I don't know if people actually go and pay for storage to put their items in, like that. I got to see my stuff. It has to stay here with me where I am. So I'm not doing that, but that's why I haven't really gotten a lot more, because to be honest with you as well, again, the pandemic, there was a lot of downtime, a lot of downtime. And so it was wonderful, great sales. And so I was just like, let's pull out this wish list. Cause I was wishing for a while, and I was like, check, checking off stuff that wasn't even on the wish list at all. I was just like, this is it. It is. Saffiano is a very dressy type of material. I truly love it. That's why when I carry this, where is it? When I carry this to church, that's probably the only place I've carried it thus far, to church. I love being able to put my church attire on and carry this. And this pretty much goes with anything with this accrue. But I just love the Carter. Just love the Carter anyway. Um, It is very therapeutic. Very, very therapeutic. That's why I always use the hashtag self-care when I'm posting about Dooney and Burke, because it is a great deal of self-care for me. Because once upon a time, y'all, I didn't have that as my self-care. I didn't. And to be honest too, and I need to stop saying it, but to be very candid with you all, once upon a time, I was sacrificing doing for other people when I was living on my own. And I would rather make that person happy and not get what I wanted. But also thinking that that person would feel, hey, they sacrificed for me. Let me go buy them a bag. But I wasn't there in my life yet. I really wasn't. Because if I was there, then my collection would be just retarded. It would be just really just crazy. And so now I'm like, I have matured in what my taste is, and now I can appreciate bags. So I'm not gonna show you all this, and I'm trying to find my other two catalogs that I have. But in the midst of cleaning up, I discovered this 1999 catalog. Now, if y'all are true Dooney and Burke connoisseurs, if you're truly knowledgeable about the history, the Dooney and Burke used to send these wonderful, wonderful catalogs in the mail quarterly. And some of them were big, and they had the best of everything in it. So I rediscovered this about 2 weeks ago, and I said, man, and I actually found a couple others, was all excited. I've misplaced them again. But when I tell you, when this came out in 99, I wasn't checking for these bags. It was like, uh. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, look how beautiful this bag is. And I'm on this hobo kick too. If I had this in my collection, stay tuned. I'm putting these all as shorts. So I'm showing you the different um, collections that they had. Some of them are, of course, extinct. One of them, well, all of them are extinct, actually. But you get the feel of what the silhouettes used to be and how Dooney and Burke has evolved with all of these silhouettes. Just beautiful. So stay tuned. And I've already started to drop some of those. I will show you this though, if you all can see it. I'm going to probably put that as a short as well. Just the different collections and the different colors, as well as the materials. And I just really want them to bring this stuff back. It's because now I want to see it. Now I want to feel it, and now I want to purchase it. Like, they really, really have evolved, and I just love it. So whenever we see like a color come back out, like forest, sky blue, tan, ocean, of course red and black gonna be there. We might bring sunflower in, lavender. These are not necessarily new colors. Like, oh wow, they just brought it back around. It just came back on through. But I really truly love it and miss it. So I have a great appreciation for Dooney and Burke in the way that it has evolved. Truly, truly, truly. So stay tuned to those shorts. I hope, Letitia, that you are able to get your stuff organized. And I don't know how they can sleep on it too, but good. Sleep on it because I like to be in a room where I'm the only person with it. Y'all can have your Brahmin. Y'all can have the Coach. You can have your Louis. I ain't knocking none of that. None of it at all. But my personality really just suits with Dooney, and it just has. I blame my mom because if she had never had the bags herself and never purchased my first one, I probably just would have been lost for a while. Oh yeah, I bet that smells good. Your closet smells like leather. And but there was a point in time now. I wasn't just rocking Dooney. I still have to do my video on my sack collection. Man, I love sack. And I probably still pull out one every now and then. Hey, turquoise purple. Hey, how you doing? I'm good. I'm good. About to try to go get me something to eat in a little bit. But yeah, sack was it. I have a Coach. My first Coach that I purchased. The story behind that bag was that I was working a job and I had just graduated high school. Well, not high school, I had graduated college. And I was like, it's time to be a professional. Somebody had bought me a briefcase um type of thing. I forgot what it was called. It's not a briefcase, but something to put my papers and all. And it was a real leather. And I was just like, oh, I got to find a matching bag. And so I went to the store, had the money. The purse was reasonable. It was a little hobo. Didn't think about it until now. That was a little hobo that I bought and still have it to this day. I might pass that on to my niece because it was a wonderful carry. It was a really, really wonderful carry. And I rock that, but I'm not a Coach girl. Coach just not doesn't it appeals sometimes to me. Like I'll go in the Coach outlet store every now and then, but I think I become so overwhelmed because I can come back in 2 weeks and none of that stuff will be in there. It'll be all switched up and changed up. And so I just like, I have tunnel vision sometimes with certain items. And so no, I just don't really go in and shop. And you really don't hear me talking about Coach too much. But I love watching everybody else's videos with that. I'm not a Michael Kors person either. I'm just like, we're gonna keep my lips shut on that one. But to each his own, to each his own. See there, turquoise. Dooney is the first to sell because it's a very eclectic collection of bags to me. It's just it looks so different. And watching other YouTubers and influencers talk about how and I love it when they compare, like say for instance, the totes. So you have the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, and then you have the Michael Kors tote, and then you have what are some other totes out there? You have of course, you have the Coach, and I probably know the names. I can't just think of it right now. And then you have the Pebble Grain tote compared. When they do all this, a lot of people say I rather carry this Dooney tote versus my Neverfull. And I'm like, you don't say. Thank you. Let me go get more Dooney totes then, because I don't need the Neverfull. I mean, yeah, you probably want to have the experience of having one in your collection or having that in your collection, but I just gravitate to it. It eases me. It's not complicated when I'm choosing a Dooney and Burke. It really isn't. It really isn't. It's just it thrills me. It truly does. I get excited when I get them. When I am putting things on my wish list and I'm fixated. I'm brand oriented, y'all. I really am. I don't really once I find something that really truly works, I tend to not mess that up. I tend to not switch up and say I want this, I want that because I'm crazy. You see how many duties I got? Imagine if I was like, okay, Coach, I would have too much, too many of them. Anything else, I would just so it's not complicated to me. The leather has not chipped, has not peeled or cracked. Nope, it has not. And it does get soft. Let me tell you, when I moved from home, I don't know why. I was just young. I was 24. When I moved, I was like, you know what? That dude ain't gonna stay in that closet. It stayed in a dark closet. I can only imagine if my bag had feelings. They probably thought they would never see the light of day again. That bag, that crossbody stayed in the closet for over 10 years. No, for 10 years. And then when I went in the closet to go and start moving, had moved back home and everything, and I saw it, I was like, what was on my mind for me to just leave this bag? So I immediately started carrying it again. And I think that purse really got happy. And then when I looked at it, I was like, this purse is practically brand new still. It's so crazy because I left the bag and took the checkbook with me. So it patinaed over time, but the insert in the bag was still like brand new. So I was like, why did I do this to this bag? But yeah, I'm telling you, for it to be over 30 years old, no, 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 not over 30, but over 20 years old for sure, to see that it is still intact, no thread. Oh wow. Let's talk about knockoffs. And I know there's a couple of influencers that have, and I really, really wish I still had this knockoff. My cousin had given me a knockoff one time. I don't know if she realized that I knew that it was a knockoff, but I did know. And it was a white um equestrian dooney that she had given me. And I think I threw it away or put it in Salvation Army bag, whatever. Anywho, I noticed with the knockoff, it ain't real when you don't have the Dooney and Burke tag with the code, the number on the inside. When you don't see that, it's not real. And then you might see something that could, very look like that. Um, but what I'm trying to get at is the threading was coming apart. And it was just wild and unraveling. And it's just like, what is this mess? Because if I pull it, it's gonna and the entire bag gonna come apart. And so I was like, nah, I don't ever want that. And I know back in the day, that's what was happening. There was plenty of knockoffs going around in the late 90s, mid late 90s. Every girl in my school, I know every one of them girls could not afford a Dooney and Burke because I could. And I hope none of them classmates are watching. But I was like, nah, all these girls, or they just carrying their mama's bags. That's all I used to chop it up as. Y'all carrying your mama's bags. Because I know y'all not rocking these doonies like this. Everybody had knockoffs. I didn't because I had a real one and that was good for me. Um, but yeah, people were carrying that. Mm-mm. So I don't really see that now. I don't know if it still exists like that. Hopefully not, but who knows? It may still happen like that. But if you unboxing your bag, and I love the fact that people unbox their stuff, you gonna know that it's a real bag because you can't. If you could produce a knockoff Dooney and Burke box, you a good one, and you can get that tape. You a real good one. Give me some knockoff stickers, then we might be in the business for something. Oh, I purchased a box of Balenciaga and inside it was made out of linty fabric. Interesting. Yes, cotton, no lint. If you got lint in your dooney, it's probably a knockoff. Yes, you are paying for that name. I think I probably buy shoes from Balenciaga before I bought a bag. Okay, Letitia, you just spoke my words. Okay, Coach's mixed leather, and I love like the artistry with Dooney. Um, the Basquiat bag that they came out with a couple years ago, I was like, man, I want that bag. One because I'm a fan of Basquiat. Um, but I thought that was a real nice tribute to see a African American artist on a Coach bag. Like, okay, that was pretty cool. So I like. I guess I liked probably the higher end of Coach where it's in the thousands, which I'm still not gonna purchase because it's in the thousands. I like that. Yeah, I do. I agree with you on that too, Letitia. Um I've learned, I have figured it out. Because initially my Doonies were only coming from Dillard, and then I went to Belk because they had pretty good sales. And then I realized online, dooney.com, when it first came out, mid 2000s, like, okay, cool. But they never would have sales. Or at least every time I would look, the sale was 20% off. Thank you all for evolving, because we don't have them type of sales too frequent like we used to back in the day. And so, yeah, I bought a couple of items from dooney.com. And then, of course, I Love Dooney came out. And I think a lot of people were skeptical because they thought, well, is this the outlet? Or is this some knockoffs? And they just, I hope they wasn't, if it was, I hope nobody was bold enough to play around with the Dooney name like that and create something like that. And so I still have people to ask me, is that a legit site? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. It sure is. It sure is. And so between dooney.com, of course, and I Love Dooney, eBay, as I've spoken before, eBay, you got to be mindful of that as far as price wise. I think it's a really good thing because I like to go and fluctuate and juggle between the three sites because I know it's coming directly from Dooney. So let's see. I don't know why. I really would love to know. Could Peter please send a representative or whomever to really address why this is so, where we could be talking about the one item and it's on sale on ILD. Then you can go on eBay, which comes directly from Dooney, and it could be like $5 cheaper. Why is that? Why is that? And I've had discussions with different people in recent weeks. QVC is another place you can buy your Doonies. They're going to be exclusive for that time, for that season. Um, But goodness, if you have the patience, which I'm practicing right now, I'm practicing. Chances are you might see that bag that's in this year on QVC. It's probably going to be on dooney.com and ILD next year. You won't have all the selected colors that was on QVC, but chances are it's going to be on there. Now, say for instance, this newest hobo, this crescent hobo. Now I didn't tell anybody, but I've been looking at that bag on dooney.com since February or March. So for you all to just see it in recent weeks, that bag has been on dooney.com for a while, and it was only in natural. I didn't say nothing because I was like, I'm gonna keep this to myself. Okay, so they decided to really up the ante. They put it on QVC. It's like an exclusive now. And plus the colors, there's a little bit more colors that they put out there because of course it wasn't just natural. You went in with the basics that QVC is gonna have. They're gonna have the black, 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 the natural. They might have they're gonna have the navy, they're gonna have the red, you're gonna have like two of them and they're gonna sell out real quick. But they had those on there. So when I went to Vegas and I'm just looking at all the other purses, what did I see on the shelf? This is supposed to be an exclusive now to QVC, but it's in the outlet store. Now, I don't know if it's in every outlet store, and I just don't know how they roll because I'm not really that experienced with the outlets. I've been to a couple of them, but not that experienced. But here this doggone purse that's supposed to be exclusive over here. But I saw it on dooney.com early in the year. It's like, what y'all doing? And they all different prices. So either you just like, oh, I'm gonna get this bag. I like to do my research. I am working on my doctorate. I am a researcher. I like to do my research. I learned that from my grandparents and my mom and everybody, my aunts, when they shop. Let's see if it's gonna go down. Markdowns happen on this day. Let's see if we got a coupon. Can we get a coupon? We try to figure it out, balance this thing out, where we don't have to pay everything out of our pocket. And so just to go and hop between each site or even going to the stores, I'm just trying to find a better deal for the same item. That's it. And I enjoy doing that. I really truly do enjoy and doing that with Dooney. And I think right now that's my focus. I shop at other stores, of course. But hey, that's what I gotta do with Dooney. And I feel like they know this. And that's why they keep putting it out there like that. And it's fun because people are buying. QVC caters to the older generation. They're not trying to do all that kind of stuff. They see it on the TV. They call the number. They're not getting on nobody's computer, nobody's laptop, nobody's phone to try to type and see. No, they're going to get it on there because, hey, it's right there in front of them. Whoever's out there talking about it, that's who they're going to purchase it from. Then you have the younger generation that's just like, they ain't the younger generation not trying to really fool with Dooney like that. They want their Michael Kors, they want their Coach. That's fine. And I'm right there in the middle. I like the Dooney. I really truly like it. Um, yeah, the older generation has, but they sure do. So if they see a bag on QVC that's Florentine, because they're gonna. I love when anybody, and I wish I have one of my Florentine bags around, but we're gonna use this paper real quick. When they are talking about the bag on QVC, they gonna bend it. They gonna like just do all kinds of stuff and showing you how this. It's funny to me, but that captures the audience in such a way that they're going to purchase this bag. They ain't worried about it. They got their retirement or whatever's going on, and they gonna purchase it. It's $500 for this big old bag. Little do you know, like if it had been my grandmama and I was sitting there watching QVC with her, and she's talking about, "Ooh, Shayna, I'm gonna buy this bag." That's my first name, y'all. "Ooh, y'all, I'm gonna buy this bag." I'm like, "Grandmama, I can get that bag cheaper. It's still a Dooney. It still comes from Dooney. I can get it cheaper over here." She may go for it. She may not go for it. And I feel you on that, Letitia. Sometimes, and I have done that. I have done that. I have done that. And sometimes it has been good that I could not wait. So I went ahead and purchased, especially off of QVC. But I ain't doing it no more. I have purchased, I think, 3 items that I can think of right now, full price. But if I had just waited a little bit longer, and see, the other thing is, if I decide to wait, there's no guarantee that it's going to be over here on the other site later on. So it's like, damned if I do, damned if I don't, I guess. Yeah, it stuff be selling out. That's why I'm like, y'all know people want these items. Y'all know we love y'all. Dooney and Bourke, we truly, truly love you all. That's why y'all still here. And why y'all got to do us like that? Hot pink bag comes out on QVC. We only have a dozen. A dozen? Gosh, I got to sit over here and fight to get it. I don't like that. So that's why I said I can't play them QVC games no more. That's just too high class for me. Y'all can have it. Resell it though. Resell it when y'all get tired of it. Because I love those that just like, if they don't carry it and they truly stick by the rule. If I don't use it and I haven't done so in the last 5 years, get rid of it. I'll pick it up. I will pick it up. It's wild to me, y'all. It's wild, but I love it. It's not a wild goose chase at all. It's a real productive, instrumental, intentional purchasing thing that we go through. It really is. I love it. I can't complain about it. So I don't know. I like this lane of being in Dooney and Bourke. I truly do. So shout out to them. Shout out to customer service. I haven't called them in a while. Hopefully they've gotten better. Um, Shout out to those that refuse to answer my email about something that I want. I ain't gonna tell y'all just yet what I'm trying to do, but yeah, shout out to them because I truly do love it. But I do wish certain items, maybe I shouldn't say wish. I do hope certain items come back. Say for instance, and I'm gonna leave you all in just a minute. Kingston Hobo. I was just like, oh, the Clayton came back. The Kingston got to come back, please, because I didn't get the opportunity to get a Kingston. So I love my Clayton, and I still hope they come back out with some more colors with that. Um, but the Kingston came out like briefly. Like I think, and if you, this is another thing. So many things come to mind. I can't look at Dooney and Burke every day. I did. My algorithm on my phone um really shows that I continuously looked at that website every day to see if something new, and it will pop something up new and what have you. But I can't live my life like that. I just can't. I really can't. The Clayton is nice. I love it because I've converted it to just being a shoulder bag versus me just carrying it in my hand. But when I got a hold of the Kingston, that's what I was gonna say. I was actually in Dillard's, and this was around the pandemic, what have you. And I have it on video. I was like, I don't like this bag. And it is gorgeous. I love it. But the feel of it, like I told y'all give me all the measurements all you want to. But when I put it on, I need to know what's up. And so when I put it on my shoulder, I was just like, I'm gonna stick to the Clayton. So I really hope, and I haven't tried to find any secondhand either. I'm not really concerned. The navy one that I have, I love it, and I'm good with it. I hope in the near future that more can be added if I can purchase them directly from Dooney. I don't think I want that one secondhand. That's just me right now. I also hope they bring back some of our lovely barrel satchels. Uh, One time I was about to get one, then I chickened out and said no. And I hate that I didn't get it. And that's what I don't want to be at in my life when it comes to my purchases of bags. I don't want to say, man, I hate I didn't get that. Ugh. No, I don't want that. I want to be able to say, you know what? I got it. I love it. And I'm happy with my purchase because that's all I want to say. At the end of my purchases, you need to say, I am happy with my purchases. You don't need to renege on it. Be happy with it. Be happy with it. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Sunday evening. Um, Girl, don't talk about that. And that's one thing too. Turquoise purple. When the purple start rolling, the plum wines and the violet, I was not gonna be in regret mode. And I'm so happy. I look at those bags and I just smile. I'm so happy I purchased them at that time because purples don't come out every year. And hopefully this fall, I gotta see what colors are in for the fall. The what is it? The pintail colors that come out. I got to see if it's a purple on there. So hopefully Dooney will drop some nice little purples. I definitely have some purple bags now in my collection. I'm happy about that. Um, I'm hoping that some more oranges will come out because I just like all my favorite colors. It does because they only put like a dozen out. They just put like no. uh So thank you all for coming in and listening to me because I'm just gonna be always random and pop up. I don't think I'm ever just gonna have a designated day. And if you're available to drop in, I'm happy. And shout out to Letitia and Tessica and Turquoise Purple for dropping some lovely notes in the chat for me. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. I'm about to go and stuff my face so I can get back and do my homework, y'all. Still, look out for that video whenever I sit down still enough to talk about my experience working on this doctorate, y'all. And if y'all thinking about going back to school, do it. Don't overthink it. Do it. You will feel really, really blessed accomplishing that goal. So, y'all have a good one. Bye.